Hello, 7th standard. Have a good day. Have a nice day. I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to do video number 31 as metric portion, lesson 2, our environment, part 3. In that lesson, we are going to continue the topic water pollution. Okay, now so far in this lesson, our environment, we are covered in part 1 and part 2 as what is environment, which literally means the surroundings of an organism or an object. Environmental study or ecology can be defined as a branch of biology which deals with relationship of an organism to its surroundings. A study of environmental science becomes absolutely indispensable because at present mankind is posed with the problems of overpopulation, environmental pollution, depletion of environmental resources, pest control and global warming. This is the introduction given in our textbook, Our Environment. Right? Then we have learnt about global warming. What do we know? Global warming refers to an average increase in earth temperature, which in turn causes changes in the climate of the environment. Yeah, that only we know. And then trapping of solar energy by certain gases, which leads to increase in earth temperature, is called greenhouse effect, leading to global warming. This also we have learned. I'm just recollecting the points. Right? Now, greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, chlorofluorocarbon. And then there is a table given in our textbook that you will see as carbon dioxide is by combustion of fossil fuel, wood, etc. Then chlorofluorocarbon and methane as refrigerator, aerosol sprays, cattle dung, rice field and toilet denitrification. So these are the gases and sources of origin. And then effects of global warming that is given in our textbook, page 14, that we will go through. Then we are talking about pollution level as air pollution, water pollution and land pollution. In that we have learnt in previous video air pollution. Now we are going to do water pollution. Okay. Now this water pollution, before that you should know what is pollution. Right. Now any undesirable changes in physical, chemical or biological characteristics of air, water and land is called pollution. I repeat, any undesirable changes in physical, chemical or biological characteristics of air, water and land is called pollution. I hope you follow. Now we are learning about water pollution. See the figure that is given here as first figure is water pollution. Okay, as from the sewage this water is and through the pipeline it is entering into river or tank mari irukilla and adula poi kalakkudu, right? And then in this water pollution we are going to learn about an important topic, significant topic, that is called biomagnification. What is it? The continuation of the lesson I will do it, right? So I will just continue water pollution. Now water pollution occurs when energy and other materials are released into the water, contaminating the quality of it for other users. I repeat, water pollution occurs when energy and other materials are released into the water, contaminating the quality of it for other users. What do you understand? See the figure here, chakra thanni. Adula poi oru payan kulikkiran paru. Chakra thanni. That is, so it is polluting the water, polluting the mixing other undesirable structures. Okay, so I repeat, water pollution occurs when energy and other materials are released into the water, contaminating the quality of it for other uses. The same, the figure is dirty water. Any chemical, biological or physical change in water quality that has a harmful effect on living organisms or makes water unsuitable for desired usage. Just go through the line again. Any chemical, biological or physical change in water quality that has a harmful effect on living organisms or makes water unsuitable for desired usage. That is water pollution. சரியா? Go through பண்ண ஒரு தடவை. Definition for water pollution. Now in this video, I have given 2-3 definitions for water pollution. So any undesirable changes which is mixed with water can be defined or explained with the different statements. But meaning is the same, concept is the same. I hope you follow. So this is one definition for water pollution. Now this is a definition given in our textbook. Major water pollutants, textbook page 16. Major water pollutants are soil and liquid waste dumped into water sources. I repeat, major water pollutants are soil and liquid waste dumped into water sources. Sewage na chakadai. Chemicals, bioproducts of refineries. Refineries na the factories chaya kazhivi solluvom then any factories from there that water when it is cleaned and the dirty water are the byproducts of refineries. Waste from tanneries form major effluents from factories which cause water pollution. Major effluents from factories na இந்த ஃபேக்டரிஸ்ல தண்ணி சாக்கடை தண்ணி வரும்போது நிறைய நுரையா அங்கங்க கட்டிக்கலாம். I will show the picture next videos picture பார்ப்போம். Sewage, they are effluents, right? So sewage, chemical byproducts of refineries, waste from tanneries form major effluent from factories which cause water pollution. I hope you are listening. Water pollution affects biotic and abiotic factors of aquatic ecosystem. What is ecosystem? Maintenance of the food chain and the eco balance that is forming the ecosystem. Adu நம்ம இப்ப அடுத்து படிப்போம். Just listen. Water pollution affects biotic and abiotic factors. Biotic factors na the small plants and animals. They are called planktons, right? And abiotic factors இதுல வந்து water, light, temperature. So they are forming the abiotic factors that affect aquatic ecosystem. Now polluted water contains diseases producing bacteria and viruses which may cause diseases like cholera, jaundice, dysentery, poliomyelitis and typhoid. What are the diseases can be caused? Cholera, jaundice, dysentery, poliomyelitis and typhoid. Okay, so what do you understand by this paragraph? Water pollution affects biotic and abiotic factors in aquatic ecosystem. Why we are saying aquatic ecosystem? We are talking about water pollution, right? Polluted water contains diseases producing bacteria and viruses which may cause diseases like cholera, jaundice, dysentery and poliomyelitis and typhoid. I hope you follow this. At times, rich supply of nutrients from the nearby field may go into the water source and the land and result in sudden growth of algae which called algal bloom. One typical example, when we see in temple கோவில் குளம் இருக்குது அதுல இருந்து தண்ணி கிளியராகவே இருக்காது பச்சையா that green color is algal bloom, growth of algae, that is algal bloom, right? So how it is forming? Because excess growth of other plants and that results in it is getting rich supply of nutrients that causes growth of algae which is called algal bloom and it causes pollution of water. I hope you understand. So this is the content given in our textbook, right? So I repeat, major water pollutants are soil, major water pollutants are soil and liquid waste dumped into water sources, sewage, chemical, 1 minute, sewage, chemicals, byproducts of refineries, waste from tanneries form major effluents from factories which cause water pollution. Water pollution affects biotic and abiotic factors of aquatic ecosystem. Here biotic factors I said they are called planktons. All plants are called phytoplankton. Zoo animals are called zooplanktons. Polluted water contain diseases producing bacteria and viruses. Those diseases may be cholera, jaundice, dysentery, poliomyelitis and typhoid. Right? So then it is causing algal bloom. Right? Now there is another description. Water pollution, human activity creates several pollutants that contaminate water. Water pollution is defined as adding of unwanted substances or the change of physical and chemical characteristics of water in any way which makes it unfit for human consumption. I hope you understand these sentences. It is caused by waste products of industries, effluents, domestic sewage, oil spoilage, spillage, agricultural and industrial runoff. Agricultural industrial runoff na the தண்ணி அப்படியே சாக்கடையோட ஓடும் பத்தியா அதான் agricultural and industrial runoff. I hope you follow. So I repeat, human activity creates several pollutants that contaminate water. Water pollution is defined as adding of unwanted substances or the change of physical and chemical characteristics of water in any way which makes it unfit for human consumption. Right? It is caused by waste products of industries, effluents, domestic sewage, oil spillage, agricultural and industrial runoff. I hope you understand. Now these water pollution can be controlled by different methods. What are they? Sewage treatment plants should be installed to treat sewage before releasing into water bodies. Sewage na chakra. Drainage la irukla namakku adu. Right? So sewage treatment plants should be installed. ஒரு method இருக்கு. Primary treatment, secondary treatment that should be followed. Right? So sewage treatment plants should be installed to treat sewage before releasing into water bodies. Second, excessive use of pesticides, herbicides and fertilizers should be avoided. Excessive use of pesticides, herbicides and fertilizers should be avoided. I hope you understand. Then biological control of insect pest and organic farming is to be followed in order to reduce the dependence on pesticides and inorganic fertilizers by legislation and strict enforcement, by creating social awareness among people about the water pollution. Are you clear? Just go through control of water pollution. It's not given in our textbook, but just understand. Go through. Can you? All the 5 points is not given in a book, but you have to learn from the video. Pause panni, note pannikko. சரியா? The next one, see these are the images. First one is water pollution. Factory தெரியுதா அங்க மேல ஒரு chimney மாதிரி தெரியுது. That is a factory, so that it comes contaminating the water. The second diagram நிறைய நுரையா இருக்கு பத்தியா அதான் effluents சொல்லுவோம். From the refineries and tanneries, from the tanneries and other industries, water is polluted, effluents. Right? Then the green one வந்து algal bloom. Green ones இருக்குது வந்து algal bloom. The next one, the labeling order per eutrophication. Now, eutrophication may be defined as the process of nutrient enrichment of water bodies and subsequent overgrowth of plants on the surface of the water. That is with reference to growth of algae. That is algal bloom. So algal bloom in turn leads to eutrophication. Right? Now there is a labeling, just see, algal bloom shuts out the sunlight. So the full male and the algae passiya sunlight will not go deep into the water. That results in, see the labeling, decaying fish and algae. Can you locate? Then algal bloom shuts out the sunlight that resulted in decaying fish and algae, and as a result limit of light penetration the fish started decaying. And bottom dead water, no living fish, aquatic plant or aquatic animal. Are you clear? So this is a representation for eutrophication. I hope you understand. So these are the 4 diagrams. Images, just understand. First 2 as water pollution formation. Second one on the fourth on the algal bloom. The next one the eutrophication. May be defined as process of nutrient enrichment of water bodies and the subsequent overgrowth of plants on the surface of water. Are you clear? Just go through. This is for water pollution. How water is becoming polluted as the water. That is the images given here. Just to go through for a second. I'll go to next. Okay. Now here, this is control of water pollution. This content also given in our textbook. Proper drainage facilities are to be given for human and animal waste of water. I repeat, proper drainage facilities are to be given for human and animal waste of water. Proper filtering mechanism should be followed to avoid the effects of water pollution. Proper filtering mechanism should be followed to avoid the effects of water pollution. Then industrial effluents should be treated before releasing them into water sources. What is it? Industrial effluents should be treated before releasing them into water sources. Now we are going to learn about a topic, biological magnification. Right? Now see the first diagram, zooplankton. Zooplankton, the small animals are called zooplankton. Okay. The next one, phytoplankton. There is a number given by 0.23. 0.023, here 0.025 ppm part per mil. Okay. Now these are the two plankton, plants and animals. That is eaten by fish. That is eaten by small fish. Okay. Adora size and the effect on the 1.0 from the ppm children following slides la just understand. And first phytoplankton, zooplankton. So phytoplanktons are eaten by zooplankton, and those zooplanktons are eaten by small fish. Small fish are eaten by big fish, and that big fish is eaten by higher animals, bird and higher animals. Fish eating bird. Is understand paniko? Right? Now, first two are the phytoplankton in a food chain is a producer. Zooplankton primary consumer. Small fish the secondary consumer, low level, and big fish the secondary consumer, top level carnivore, and that is eaten by higher level carnivore, that is fish eating bird. Here the topic again I will say about the biological magnification. Here we are talking about DDT concentration. Once I go through and figure, I'll change. DDT concentration. அது என்னன்னு சொல்றேன். Biological magnification of DDT. DDT expansion, dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane. Dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane. And this is biological magnification is seen in the aquatic food chain. Food chain உனக்கு தெரியும் as producers, consumers la primary, secondary consumers la வந்து carnivores, low level, first level, top level. Clear? So here it is also taking place in water bodies, that is aquatic food chain. Right? So here we talk about biological magnification where the concentration of DDT, dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane is gradually increases at each trophic level. Trophic level na first producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers. So ஒரு இடம் பேரு trophic level சொல்லுவோம். Okay. Now DDT inhibits calcium carbonate deposition in the oviduct of certain birds, which result in laying thin-shelled eggs. Oviduct na அது ஒரு reproductive structure where ovary is followed by oviduct. Birds la reproduction, female reproductive system la. So in the DDT வந்து from producers to primary consumer, secondary consumer, when it is eaten by fish eating bird, and the DDT and it inhibits the calcium carbonate deposition. That is, for example, hen's egg we know. The hen's egg when it is having a hard shell சொல்லுவோம்ல முட்டை egg, அதில் வந்து outer covering பேரு hard shell formed of calcium carbonate. Right? Now as this DDT is occupying this every trophic level, when the birds eat these big fishes, it results in the thinning of shell. The calcium carbonate deposition வந்து ரொம்ப thin ஆயிடும் due to the cause of DDT. Okay, so these eggs can easily break during incubation and the developing embryos are destroyed. See the effect. DDT inhibits calcium carbonate deposition in the oviduct of certain birds, which result in the laying of thin-shelled eggs. I hope you understand. Because that results in these eggs can easily break during incubation and the developing embryos are destroyed. This is about the different pictures for biological magnification. Okay, what is the expansion of DDT? Dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane. And that is commonly seen in aquatic food chain. Right? Now see the figure. First phytoplankton, second insect, zooplankton, meedi varudala zooplankton. Okay, so phytoplankton, that is eaten by insect, that insect is eaten by small fish, and small fish is eaten by large fish is eaten by man. It வந்து example for food chain in a pond. இது large fish க்கு பதில் large fish eaten by man க்கு பதில் நம்ம textbookல large fish eaten by fish eating bird. I hope you follow. So இதுல தான் the DDT, that is biomagnification, also known as bioamplification or biological magnification, is the increase in concentration of substance such as pesticide, DDT, expansion சொல்லிருக்கேன், dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane, that occurs in a food chain. Are you clear? So this is example. இதை வந்து நீ food chain example எடுத்துக்கணும். How it affects the each trophic level by the deposition of this DDT. Okay, so நம்ம வந்து first level phytoplankton. So DDT concentration, carbon concentration will be passed on to insects, then to small fish, then to large fish, then to man here. But in our textbook it is fish eating bird. I hope you understand. Hmm? Are you clear? Hmm? So now the big fish க்கு பேரு carnivorous top level னு சொல்லலாம், predatory fish னு சொல்லுவா. அத வந்து predatory fish னு சொல்லலாம். I hope you follow. Just go through பண்ண ஒரு தடவை diagram. நான் வந்து இந்த டெஸ்ட்டுக்கெல்லாம் கேட்பேன், ஷார்ட் ஆன்சர்ஸ்க்கோ இல்லை அசைன்மெண்ட்ஸ்லையோ. எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபார் food chain in a pond. அதுக்கு வந்து நீ இப்படியே arrow போடணும். And if fishes are easy small diagram that can be drawn. So அதையும் பார்த்துக்கோ. Are you clear? Now this phytoplankton is a aquatic plant. I hope you understand. Can you? Right. Now next one. For the food chain in grassland. இதுல இருக்கும், ஆனா not much significant, right? Now grassland paddy producer eaten by herbivore rabbit, that is eaten by carnivore small level snake, and that snake is eaten by eagle top level carnivore. So now the snake and eagle secondary consumers, but they are named it as primary level, first level or just carnivore, and that is eaten by top level carnivores. I hope you understand. So this is food chain in a grassland. Are you clear? Previous presentation we have learnt as food chain in a pond. அது வந்து aquatic plant. Here it is a grassland example. Just ஒரு comparisonக்காக நான் கொடுத்திருக்கேன். Okay. The next one is given in a textbook. இது வந்து textbook representation. Food chain as plants, deer, tiger. Simple. Plants produces, deer primary consumer, tiger secondary consumer. Only 3 level da. I hope you follow. I repeat, plants produces, deer primary consumer, tiger tertiary consumers. I hope you follow. The same another example pare, plant eaten by insects, eaten by frog eaten by snake. At the same time, frog can also be eaten by eagle and snake eaten by eagle. That is. Then plants eaten by cow, cows are eaten by lion. I hope you follow. Then again, plants eaten by insects, insects are eaten by birds. Right? Inge paru. Now listen carefully. Plant, insect, frog, snake. That is one food chain. Okay. Now plant, insect, frog, eagle. That is second food chain. Right? Then plant, insect, frog, snake, eagle. That is third food chain. Next, plant, cow, lion. Fourth food chain. I hope you understand. Then plant, insect, birds, lion. Fifth food chain. Right? Then plant, insect, frog, birds, lion. Sixth food chain. So now in this representation, there are 6 food chain possible. So this interconnected food chain, it is called a food web. When the food chain are interconnected, it is called food web. I hope you follow this. So this is another example that I will give you. This is a representation. நமக்கு diagram இல்லை, ஆனா நம்ம textbookல இருக்கு. So we are learning 2 terms. One is food chain, another one is food web. For these two, you should know the definition. QBல இருக்கு, இருந்தாலும் சொல்றேன். Food chain and food web. I hope you follow. நான் just ஒரு தடவை go through பண்ண, இந்த 6 food chainம் நமக்கு எப்படி food web வருதுன்னு ஒரு தடவை go through பண்ண. Can you? 6 can you locate? Plant, insect, frog, snake. Snake eaten by eagle. plant, insect, frog, eagle, plant, insect, birds, lion, plant, cow, lion, then plant, insect, frog, birds, lion. சரியா? The next one, see here, these pictures tell you what will happen to a forest if the eco balance is disturbed. நான் இன்னும் ஒரு ஸ்லைடு முன்னாடி வந்திருக்கிறேன். Now this is eco balance. Now we will learn about this in the next video as such. Right? Ecology is the study of in relationship between an organism and the environment. In an environment, plants, animals, and microbes lead an interconnected existence. In turn, organisms are interlinked with the abiotic factors of the environment like rain, temperature, soil, etc. Clear? Then, when plants and animals are connected with each other due to interdependence of food requirement, it is called food chain. The passing of energy from one trophic level to the next trophic level is called a food chain, and many food chains can be interrelated to form a food web. Page number 18 in our textbook. Right? Now in the diagram, what will happen if forest in the ecobalance is disturbed? The page 19 இருக்கு. Ecobalance is the maintenance of natural interrelationship between biotic and abiotic factors. By these natural interrelations, an ecological balance is maintained in nature. Now, when this link gets broken at one point, the balance gets affected. Now, see the diagram, the concept of equibalance. That's given in our textbook, page 19. Now, first diagram, tigers in the forest along with the deer. Can you look it? Tigers lived in this forest along with the deer. First diagram. Okay. Now second diagram. All the tigers were killed by man. Top line நான் சொல்றேன். Then third diagram. The number of deer increases because tigers, there were no tigers. I hope you understand. Bottom left. The number of deer increased so much that they are ate up all the plants. Killer, and there was no food left for them. Then last diagram, finally the deer died due to starvation. Are you clear? The மேல மூணு diagramல மூணு picturesல tigers lived in this forest along with the deer. First picture. Second picture, all the tigers were killed by man. Hunting. Right? Third picture, the number of deer increases because there were no tigers. Appo, ecobalance disturbed. Right? Then bottom, the number of deer increased so much that they ate up all the plants. See the bottom diagram. Now, as there were no food for the deer, எல்லா பிளான்ட்டையும் அது சாப்பிட்டாச்சு. Then last diagram, finally the deer died due to starvation. ஏன்னா அது எல்லா பிளான்ட்டையும் சாப்பிட்டதுனால அதுக்கு ஃபுட் இல்லை. அப்ப எப்படி? As one is affected, one trophic level is affected, then the ecobalance is disturbed. The ecosystem is disturbed. I hope you understand. In the diagram வந்து புரிஞ்சுக்கோ how the ecosystem is affected that resulted in disturbance of the ecobalance. Here it is an example for disturbance in the ecobalance in a forest. Are you clear? Go through பண்ண ஒரு second. Can you? இது புரிஞ்சுக்கோ how it is. மேல மூணு ஒரு ஸ்டேஜ், கீழே மூணு இன்னொரு ஸ்டேஜ். I hope you understand. Shall I go to next? The images are black and white, but still you can understand better. So, ecobalance is the maintenance of natural interrelationship between biotic and abiotic factors, but by this natural interrelation, ecological balance is maintained in nature. When this link gets broken at one point, the balance gets affected. சரியா? அதுக்கு தான் இந்த example. Right? Next, I'm come back to biomagnification. Biomagnification is a process in an ecosystem where higher concentration of environmental pollutants, that is chemical, such as pesticide, here it is DDT. DDT expansion, dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane. Increase in concentration in organism higher up the food chain, generally through a series of pre-predator relationship. Just a figure மட்டும் புரிஞ்சுக்கோ. Bottom வந்து phytoplankton. என்னது அது? Plants. சரியா? Can you see? It tends to increase in the tissues of a higher level in the marine food chain. Biomagnification. Okay. Then from phytoplankton, it is zooplankton, eaten by zooplankton. And then zooplankton is eaten by herring fish. And herring fish, big fish is eaten by the bird, fish eating bird. சரியா? இப்போ the 2.85 concentration வந்து 1.5 ஆகி அது வந்து 6 to 45 ஆகி இது வந்து increase in concentration. I hope you follow. இது just ஒரு ரெஃபரன்ஸ்க்கு தான் நான் கொடுக்குறேன். புரியலன்னா nothing wrong. Same way அதே தான் இங்கேயும், because biomagnification and bioaccumulation just ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்க்கு தான் நான் ஃபிகர் கொடுத்துருக்கேன், புரிச்சுக்கோ. ஓகே, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கு? Can you? Pollutants such as polychlorinated PCB na polychlorinated biphenyls இதெல்லாம் understand. Just புரிஞ்சுக்கடா போறோம். இதெல்லாம் detailed expansion எல்லாம் வேண்டாம். சரியா? Enter the ocean as industrial waste and are absorbed by phytoplankton. Bottom of the food chain. Right? அது வந்து first one. I got eaten by the bioaccumulation வந்து occurs when pollutants build up a single organism body over time, right? And then zooplankton paru, even though zooplankton, phytoplankton absorb only tiny amounts, small creatures called zooplankton eat large quantities of phytoplankton, taking in all PCBs from what phytoplankton eat. நம்ம textbookல வந்து DDT இருக்கு, இது வந்து PCB. PCB na polychlorinated biphenyl. Just understand படிக்க வந்துட்டு. And then small fish then feed on the zooplankton, continuing to magnify the amount of PCB up the food chain. Right? In waters of the Pacific Northwest, a foreign country, like killer whale, end up the highest concentration of toxin due to biomagnification. The big fish, red dotted big fish, at the biomagnification. I hope you understand. Then that results in water quality. Another biomagnification causes accumulation of toxin in the food chain. Pollutants can move up the food chain. Predators eat contaminated prey. Pollution accumulates at each stage of food chain, and top consumers including humans are affected. See the diagram here, it is given clearly again. ppm na parts per million. இதான் நம்ம bookல இருக்கு. Parts per million. First phytoplankton 0.025. 0.025. அதுனா ppm na parts per million. அது மட்டும் புரிஞ்சுக்க போறோம். நான் ரொம்ப டீடைல்டா போறேன். சரியா? Then see here, that is given in a page 70 in the book diagram. Okay, so first phytoplankton eaten by zooplankton. எப்படி அந்த magnify ஆகுது பாரு, இந்த DDT magnify ஆகுது பாரு. phytoplanktonல 0.025, zooplankton it is 0.123. And then when it is eaten by small fish, it becomes 1.0004. Then big fish and the lake trout 4.83, and eaten by herring the bird eating fish eating bird 124 ppm. That affects the என்ன சொல்றது, it accumulates it move up the food chain. Predators eat contaminated prey. Pollution accumulates at each food chain, and top consumers including human are most affected. I hope you understand. Just for interest க்கு நான் சொல்லிருக்கேன். Right? புரிஞ்சுக்கோ போறோம். The next அதே தான் இதுலயும் water and aquatic plant இது. Phytoplankton, primary producer, zooplankton, small fish, big fish, fish eating bird. I hope you understand. So this is for our another water pollution, where it is much importance given to biomagnification. Right? So here the lesson says water pollution, its effect, causes, its effect, and then biological magnification, and then about food chain, food web. And food chain and food web, there are given illustration with the figures are given clearly. You have to understand. Right? Now control of water pollution. Proper drainage facilities are given for human and animal waste of water. Proper filtering mechanism should be followed to avoid the effects of water pollution. Industrial effluents should be treated before releasing them into water source. சரியா? And then land pollution, briefly given in our textbook, that you can go through page 17. It is as organic and inorganic matter disposed on the laid as waste due to various activities, classified into degradable and non-degradable pollutants. Pollutants like domestic sewage, which can be recycled by waste treatment mechanism, comes under degradable pollutant. Then solid garbage from houses come under this category, and there are limits for total amount of organic matter that can be decomposed in the given place. Right? Non-degradable pollutants are aluminum can, PVC article, mercury chloride, ceramic, pesticides are non-degradable pollutants. In these substances, degrading process is very slow in the natural environment, so there is no phase treatment mechanism. So we should avoid this non-degradable pollutants. Right? The detergent used for washing purpose when discharged into soil will affect the soil fertility. Okay, so the land pollution can be controlled by proper treatment of biodegradable substances like sewage should be followed. Then usage of non-biodegradable substance should be minimized. Further, details about land pollution and eco balance we have continued in video number 32. So this is our video 31. We have learned about water pollution. So lesson 2, our environment botany portion as part 3. I hope you understand. Right? We'll continue in the next video session. Have a good day. Have a nice day.